I'm John Watton. I'm the Director of Brand and Marketing for Expedia Affiliate Network.
Can you give us a bit of an overview about the Expedia Affiliate Network brand?
Okay, well, it's an independent part of Expedia. It's relatively new for Expedia in the sense that it's been around now for about 2 years. And what we basically do is take all of the good things about Expedia, the great hotels, the great prices, and the shopping experience, and make that available for other travel brands. We do that for a range of brands across a number of different segments, and they include airlines, other online travel agents, which is sometimes a surprise for people, and search businesses. So, to give you some examples of the sorts of companies that we have there, we signed an agreement recently with Aer Lingus, helping them sell hotels on their site. We signed an agreement, for example, with The Telegraph in their travel section, and we signed an agreement recently with Jalan, which is one of Japan's largest online travel agents as well.
That's great. Do you think travel organisations are realising the potential of the online travel space?
Well, I think there's lots of untapped opportunity, and we see this in the organisations that we'll deal with. So just to give you an idea, we have about 10,000 partners who are signed up for our network. And even with that number, I think that the online travel market is vastly untapped. Firstly, because as we know, in a lot of markets, still travel isn't necessarily totally booked online. We see a lot of people who maybe shop around online, get reviews, look at sites like TripAdvisor, but when it comes to book, they very often still do the offline. So there's definitely opportunity there. And I think, secondly, there's a lot of opportunity in the latest trends in the technology that is giving more opportunity in the sense of social media, mobile, and also the kind of flash deal side of things.
Can you go into any more detail about some of those travel trends that we've been seeing recently, and perhaps some that you expect to emerge in coming months?
Sure. Well, there's no doubt that the way in which the traveller sort of searches and books for travel is changing at a rapid pace. I think we see that even with our own sort of friends and relatives who have been a little bit reluctant to adopt technology. They're all now using apps on the iPhone and so on. So we're seeing a large increase in, first of all, people using mobile technology, and that will continue to grow over the next 12 to 24 months. So if you take some of our core brands, Expedia.com, Hotels.com, they've now released and having very lot of success with firstly iPhone apps, but more recently iPad apps, which are becoming very popular. So mobile technology is definitely a big growth area, and the move to, I think, move from shop to book is definitely developing there. We can see that in the bookings that we get. I think the second thing is the whole social aspect. And one of the exciting things we do at Expedia Affiliate Network is power a lot of really interesting startups who are doing innovative things in the way in which you can share your recommendations, look at what your friends are doing, and as a result plan and book your travel in different ways. So for example, Room 77 is a really interesting way in which you can look for hotels, look at the floor plan of a hotel, and just like Seat Guru gives you information on individual seat, Room 77 gives you information on an individual room within a hotel. So a really interesting way in which then you can connect with your friends through that, through Facebook, and get their own recommendations and plan your travel more effectively.
And for both existing companies and new startups, what advice would you give to them to differentiate themselves in such a competitive landscape at the moment?
Well, I mean, we work within the technology part of travel. I mean, we provide a lot of great technology in terms of template and API technology. It's all very complex, gets all very exciting, we get very enthusiastic about it. But I think when it comes down to the fundamentals, I think the way in which businesses differentiate themselves is through great service. And I think that is one of the key things that we shouldn't lose sight of. Even myself coming from a technology perspective, is that's how you really differentiate yourselves. And throughout the entire process, from shopping through to booking, through fulfillment of the service or product and afterwards, it's really about that service level. So which is why, a lot of what we're doing is empowering businesses, but it's about them building a great brand experience for their customers. And certainly thinking about that, I think, is a key to success. If you want to talk about more of the technical side, then there's a number of areas in which we provide advice to our partners and are critical to, I guess, competing in the digital world. It's about understanding how your business does in Google organic search. So we offer a lot of SEO advice, and companies I think should think a lot about that and how they get found on Google, which is now the sort of supermarket where people look. Secondly, I think the design of the site, merchandising and promotion is very important. And the fourth thing as well, just make it very simple for people to navigate through the site. So they're the kind of four technical areas that we think about as well.
Thanks for that. And just finally, if we were looking ahead, say 3 years' time, what kind of technological developments are you expecting to see?
Okay, well, it's a dangerous thing, I think, to future gaze, and 3 years is a long time in this business. But I certainly, I think it's fair to say that, moving off desktop and laptop-based interaction with the internet is probably, a certainty. So the move to tablet and mobile devices, definitely. I think we've seen a lot of emergence in terms of the flash and daily deal type model, and I'm not quite sure in 3 years' time that will be the prevalent way in which things are working. I think we'll see a sort of a maturation of that into just a general brand experience and sort of customer loyalty offers. So I don't think we're going to see so many of the kind of flash deal type things. And then the third, I think, definitely social has a way to play in this. So I guess if I were to sort of imagine a situation, it's a traveller who's got a socially connected application on their mobile device, who is geolocation aware, is able to book hotels based on their recommendations wherever they are in the world, and fulfil that through the device they have, rather than having to go back to a phone, a shop, or to a desktop computer.
That's great. Thank you for talking to Breaking Travel News.
Okay, thank you.